3, 2,
Once
1.
again, are fantastic. The people really running this country, the Supreme Court. How the fuck does something like this audio that came out today come out and this dude not or still stay on the Supreme Court? How do you get rid? First of all, let's just start with the tape.
Let's say, yeah. I mean, we should probably paraphrase it a bit, but
so
and
this
again,
asshole
remember,
it's
ahead. Early, like
it was leaked today.
Yeah, and a lot of the questions that you had. So, like, one of the things I have here is again, like, is it as big a deal as liberal media is making it? Because I didn't watch it on me. I watched a link you sent me of literally just the audio,
just the audio.
So, but
no commentary, nothing, just the audio.
You had a bunch of questions about, like, who was the one recording it, how did that come about? Which and the news, I didn't necessarily anybody hear vet.
No,
like where the audio came from.
Which is my first thing was like, was this somebody trolling
right.
him? Really good job of trolling him and recording it to get something like this out? Or, like you said, somebody who had a previous interaction. There's clearly a lot going on in the room. It's not just them talking. Like, there's a lot of noise and chatter in the background.
Yeah.
Like it's a room, like a party without the music. So, or was she just like this really far-right Christian?
Yeah, and I, it's going to make me gag a little bit, like, in defense of Alito. Pretty much all he did was just, like, agree with the woman. Like, which, a lot of people do in polite conversation.
Yeah, but she was asking some pretty specific.
Like I said,
questions.
It might be a far step, but I mean,
and let's not get it twisted.
If I were him, that would be my defense. It was like, well, this woman asked me like a bunch of questions all at once, so I'm trying to get out of there, and I'm just like, yeah, sure, no, like.
But he had more than yes and no. Like,
exactly,
there was a couple of answers that went longer than four words.
Yeah.
But he's also, and I want to say this, as much as I hate the fucking man, he's not dumb.
No.
He's on the Supreme Court for a reason. This is a very, very, very smart person.
Right.
So
even though he may not see things the way that...
and even if he can't read the room, pun intended, I still think, like you said, like he was answering them vague enough to where he can backtrack it.
Yeah. But I mean, same as too is that, I mean, even if it's like quick off the cuff, I mean, usually that's what you really think about something.
Right.
But
it's one of those things. If you ask a drunk person what he says, she says when they're drunk is really the true feelings.
Oh yeah,
exactly.
So, but yeah, to paraphrase or at least
did
to me,
you write down the high points there?
Well, I was gonna say like the two main things that I think that everybody's jumping on is he apparently doesn't believe in compromise.
Nope.
Which is a little weird in that you're a Supreme Court justice and
you're not willing to compromise with something. But he expanded on the compromise question.
Right, like he doubled down on.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which, in a sense,
which he basically said, because I think she asked him, like, do you think there's any middle ground, the left and the right? And he basically said no.
No, yeah.
No.
I mean,
there's no middle ground.
It was like he's, has a guest starring role in The Acolyte. Like, there's a light side and a dark side.
Right.
There's no in between.
Nope. None whatsoever.
But it's also very, I think, and why a lot of the liberal media is in a tizzy is that this sort of sums up the conservative majority on the court, and that they're like, no, like we don't have to give
anything
a centimeter or a millimeter on anything because, and as you pointed out, was like, what's anybody gonna fucking do?
Facts.
Like we're untouchable.
Rewind that. Say it again. What's anybody gonna do?
Do yeah.
No cap.
No cap. Yeah.
Bruh.
Yeah. Straight up. And then
nothing. Like, okay, so real quick, finish your thought, and then I have a question.
What was I say? So, and then the second point, which to me is more, and I understand, like, this is something that a lot of people, for whatever reason, are debating. And I just say this because, as having taught civics several years and having literally to read the Constitution to students several years, that
I've only read it once.
Again, like I don't expect. I mean, I'm just saying, like, I do it.
I know. You're just hammering home the point that someone who knows.
I do it so I don't get fined. So, but again, in the many that literally in Alito in the Supreme Court, you are a constitutional scholar, and that he in this leaked audio is that he agrees with the woman and that the United States, from a foundational element, is a Christian country, even though. I'm sorry even if it's included in Trump's Bible, I've read through it multiple times. You know, this isn't lost. There's not a bunch of hidden meanings somewhere. God is not mentioned in the Constitution.
I'm mentioned just as much as God is in the Constitution.
Exactly.
Okay? Yeah. There it is.
I mean, Native Americans and African Americans are mentioned more than God is.
Correct. Or me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, that I'm not going to go on the whole tangent of like.
Again, I'm not saying like, you know, that all conservatives have, but it's like if your job is interpreting the Constitution,
and that, nothing else.
Yeah, there is
completely impartial.
There's no verbiage. There's no direct, like you could do a Control F on the Constitution and put in God, Jesus, any
fucking name of a deity, and it ain't.
It's not in there.
Nope.
So but then that you are, now you're out there, and so those are the things I think that is something difficult to walk back from. Is that you're saying your job is to interpret the Constitution, yet you are interpreting it as in a way in which there's no reference, there's no material.
No, it's his what's the word I'm looking for? Views are based on Christianity and his interpretation,
which is what any judiciary should be able to do, is separate their personal beliefs from what the law is.
So you're telling me in
basis of law
however many years the Supreme Court's been around, you're going to tell me no?
Well, I mean, since the foundation of the country. So.
Since then.
Since 1789.
No justice was religious? No, they all exactly. Did any one of them let that their religious beliefs determine their decisions?
Well, as I say, like on the Warren Court, you had I mean, amongst last time I looked up on it, and it is an odd stat, but there have been majority of Supreme Court justices have been Catholic, and then after that is like Jewish.
Really?
If no, I'm sorry. Like that's more the modern day makeup. Like there's actually,
but historically.
But they've been predominantly Catholic,
right? But they never let it affect any decision or case that they were looking at.
Not overtly, right?
Like, and then this recording would lead you to believe.
But you had several Catholics on the Warren Court that did approve Roe versus Wade, right? And established in that, like, as long as it's before the third trimester, you're fine. You've had, I mean, there was the same court that was like, ended segregation, and same court that said that kids in public school shouldn't be made to pray. But these are people who are devoutly religious.
Precedent was set with that last one, because that's a perfect example. Everybody can debate the abortion, pro-life, or the slavery. You cannot fucking debate. But kids saying prayer in school.
In public institutions.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Right.
Federally funded institutions, you can't do it.
And
because
now they want
the
to
First Amendment protects against that.
Now they want to completely go the opposite way.
Yeah.
180 degrees from precedent.
Well, I mean, you have like states trying to challenge that now, like here in Louisiana. They tried passing that bill that mandated the 10 Commandments be posted in every classroom.
Perfect. Can I put the Satanic Temple Commandments up there?
Again, by right, yeah. Like
Facts.
if they're posting that one, and it's like, I mean, we should be able to put, a statue of Ganesh in every classroom.
And Baphomet, yeah.
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 And have a Buddhist prayer statue or meditation statue
and
in every
mats to pray at, what times are those?
I mean, you just
Sunrise, sunset.
Yeah, but
you
yeah,
pray
yeah,
to the east or something.
exactly, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you
Or
need
pray towards Mecca,
wherever you are.
Yeah,
right?
so
Could
for
be
here
east
it
or
would be
west.
east.
It would
Yeah,
be east.
yeah.
But the point stands that, yeah, if you're going to do that, then cool, let the rest up. Just like
Right, and you'd
the
have to
Bible's
have
in school, great. I want the Quran. I want them all in there.
You'd have to have somebody there anybody who is an atheist would want to get together and talk about non-existence of a deity. They would
Correct.
have that opportunity too. But
they could talk about
that's going to
spaghetti
ruffle tons of feathers. So the easiest thing is like we just don't do any of it at all.
Exactly. It's the like kids. You fucked this up, so nobody gets it now.
Right.
None of you.
Right.
Not because this cocksucker.
And the why the good have to suffer for the bad.
Because that's how you created this, okay? If we were all rational fucking human beings, maybe we can just punish the bad. But we can't.
Yeah.
Because you're all fucking morons.
But yeah, outside of the civics history lesson, is that getting back to the point that you were saying off mic, is that and particularly that thing that they had on MSNBC where they're panning through all the conflicts that several
5.
Yeah, Gorsuch wasn't on there, but yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, like what a lot of this and granted, they're not reporting on any
of
conflicts that the liberal justices are having, and
which I'm sure they
that should be pointed out. But that again, it doesn't matter whether you're a liberal or a conservative justice. Is that what the fuck is anybody going to do?
So that was my question. So what can be done? You got a minute and a half.
Well, I mean, it's
impeachment, but who initiates?
Congress.
It still.
I'm sorry, House. House would initiate.
Same rules for president, for Supreme Court.
Exact same ones.
So somebody's got to write up articles. It's got to be cool. We vote on it. It goes to the Senate.
Right.
You need supermajority in Senate, right?
No, you just need a majority, I think.
Really?
Or it might be 2/3 actually.
Well, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
That's what.
But yeah, so like the
That's it.
Like the only odd thing is,
which has never happened, correct?
Articles of impeachment have been brought up on a justice, but I don't think they were removed.
But just once?
Yeah, and the justice resigned instead of going through the process.
Oh God, imagine that. They were an adult.
Yeah. But Alito wouldn't do that.
Fuck no, none of these cocksuckers are going to do that.
And
they're going to go down in flame. They would rather just crash and burn because again, who's going to do anything?
Also, but I mean, if you are, as we treat them above the law, and you can get all these caveats and perks, why stop?
Exactly.
I mean,
that's what I'm saying. There's got to.
Any one of us who was put into that position, and you're going like, I can do this openly and without apologizing, and nobody can fucking do anything.
No.
Why would you stop?
Like literally, like I can do whatever the fuck I want out loud for the world to see. No.